Sorry about that. Your workstation and mission computer. The cool blue tones of the workstation's main menu screen. We're going to... what's it say? Claim payment. Check your inbox for new messages. I want my payment in the jobs directory. Claim payment for the Whampoa Garden murders. I asked you to solve a problem, and your method of solving is to kill the people I was doing a favor for. I have half a mind to throw you into the goddamn bay. Oops. Still, the Wamporns are now more afraid of me than ever, and money started flowing again, so I suppose that's something. I've attached your payment. The Wamporns made it explicitly clear they wouldn't have paid at all except to ensure you never come back to the gardens. Next time, try not to fuck the job up so much. I may not be as forgiving. Well, I tried all kinds of ways to do it. Nah, I didn't. But still kind of sad. What's this? Artifact Liberation. Welcome to the Shadows, the Wyatt Art. I received a request from an archaeologist named Mr. Drake. He's interested in liberating certain artifacts from beneath a manor house located in Tai Po. I've attached a copy of the video message that he sent me. The screen flickers a few times and the email is replaced with the face of a stern-looking orc. Hello, Madam Cheng. Hey, Chancellor. Yes, indeed. I've running both vertical and horizontal. Long time no see. How have you been? I've heard that you're a woman who knows how to get things done, especially with regards to things that aren't legal in the strictest sense. That's exactly the kind of help I'm looking for. Forgot. I was wondering. I forgot I had set that up a while back and it didn't work, and now it works. So I use StreamerBot. And I set that up for first words, and for a long time it wasn't working. But now it seems like I was able to grab it. And it worked, so cheers for that. Yeah, I'm alright. How about you? Summer is ending. Man, summer is over. It's freezing here. But you're right, it's been warm for a long time. A rich investor by the name of Liu Hua decided to expand his manor house on the outskirts of Tai Po. Too much money, not enough space for fancy parties. He hit a snag with local government officials, however. They suspected the land his estate was built on may have pre-modern archaeological artifacts buried beneath it, all of them dating from the Song Dynasty. Consequently, I was contracted as an archaeologist to oversee the excavations and ensure everything was properly recorded and cataloged. Sure enough, we were only a few days into the excavation when we discovered a series of tombs lying beneath the site. The scope of the tombs was far beyond anything Lura or I had expected. Several acres of catacombs at least, and untouched relics throughout. What's more, They're certainly older than the Song Dynasty. They may even be from the previous cycle of magic before I can make my report to the Free Enterprise Zone authorities. However, Liu called in his allies in Tantian Incorporated. P. Grow. Long time no see, P. I meant to show you the aquarium stand I'm working on. I'm gonna post it up in Discord. Long time no see to you too, bro. So Liu sold the entire site to Tantian, who then leased it back to him because Tantian is considered to have extraterritoriality in Hong Kong. Local authorities were powerless to stop Liu from looting the tombs. He immediately began building a museum, if you can call it that, atop the site. He had the goal to call his museum the Emperor's Tomb. Can you believe that? The odds of there being an actual emperor buried there are basically nil, but he doesn't care. Anything to sell a few tickets. Been kind of busy. Yeah, man, I'm always busy. But back on the wagon, hitting a home gym 3 times a week and on the weekend. My PC crashed out on me. I just really got it back to where it was at. Had to reinstall everything and all that kind of stuff. Took a minute to really get it going. But as you can see, we are back. All right, so what's this guy? We didn't know. What he didn't know is that I bugged the comlink before he fired me. Based on what I've heard, something strange is going on in the lower levels. Workers have been disappearing, only to be found dead several days later. Whatever is down there is too dangerous to be left in Liu's hands. Liu must have found my data line tapped though. I stopped receiving any information 3 days ago. The last thing I heard him talking about were a pair of ancient texts that workers had discovered. Then he issued an order that further excavation should be halted until he can secure the subterranean areas. I'm betting those texts are the cause of whatever's killing the workers. I have quite a bit of experience with these kinds of dangerous excavations, but an operation of this scale is beyond me. I need a team that's tough enough to get in and survive, aren't afraid of making a mess, and who can get out with the books and whatever else they can carry. Beyond the 2 texts, I'm willing to pay very well for whatever other artifacts your team can liberate. The more valuable, the better. Don't worry, they'll be going to actual museums, not some rich playboy's mansion. That recently happened to me as well. Windows update killed my SSD. Oof. I wonder if that's what happened to me. I wonder if the update is what killed me. I've got a second program in place that'll suppress Liu's security system. The team will have to be careful though. There are only so many alarms I can suppress. Go beyond that number and I'll scrub the mission. I've included a catalog of likely items to help the team appraise the most valuable ones. They don't need to be subtle. In fact, I prefer they make it look like a common robbery. Tell them to smash and grab what they can. Let me know when you find a suitable group of Shadowrunners. That sounds boring, but I'll take it. Excellent. I've attached directions to Liu's estate. to this message. Good luck. Don't fuck it up. A blinking message in the upper right corner notifies you that you have 5 unread messages. Walk away. Go to the Emperor's Tomb Museum to liberate the artifacts. But before that, we're going to go over here and rest. You wake with a start, your limbs bound up in a sweaty tangle of linen bedsheets. An incredible sorrow swells in your chest. You feel empty, half-starved and alone. Fragmentary memories of a half-remembered dream flit through your mind. They're already fading away to nothing. Chase the memories. You close your eyes and concentrate, willing yourself to keep the dream from slipping away. Gradually, the memory comes back to you. The walled city. You were back in the walled city. You don't remember how you got there, but it couldn't have been any place else. Even the barons weren't so squalid. You remember craning your neck to look above you. The buildings that made up this part of the walled city were a new construction, even cheaper than the old. Now their foundations had rotted out from under them, and the buildings leaned into one another like a gang of drunken men. A rain of plaster and asbestos sprinkled down, dusting your shoulders. You began to creep forward, picking your way past the piles of refuse and debris, past the pimps and the dumpster fires, the broken glass and the dirty needles. The air reeked of rotten sewage and industrial waste, disgusting melange that caught in your sinuses and crawled down your throat. You gagged on the stink, but it didn't slow you down. In the back of your mind, you knew that you had no reason to be doing this. There was nothing for you in the walled city. You shouldn't have been there. But the rest of you was hungry, unbearably, indescribably hungry, and that part of you knew that if you keep moving, you'd finally get to eat. As you force your way deeper into the walled city, locals stood at their windows and stared inexplicably. Some of them dropped to their knees. You kept moving. You could see something in the distance, a silhouette, something enormous, at least twice the size of a troll, but delicate. It was beautiful. The huge figure beckoned you, gesturing with slender limb. An explosion of warmth filled your chest, and you knew that if only you could reach it, your problems would be over. She would make all of your sorrows disappear. You moved forward at a crawl, but the figure felt impossibly far away. You reached out, calling to her, and then you woke up. The empty feeling in your stomach slowly fades, taking the strength and vibrance of the memory along with it. What's going on with these memories? Sometimes my keyboard won't move the camera. What's that about? You enter Wu's cabin to find him moving through some sort of stretching routine. His muscles ripple as he flows tranquilly from one pose to the next. You look different, Circuit Saint Abbot. Better, I hope. Sort of. It's like I flipped forward a few chapters instead of turning a page. I mean, you look like you, just not the you I knew. I get it. You're you too, just a lot leaner. Wu looks down at his torso, chuckles. Yeah, remember how Lockjaw used to make fun of my gut? He used to call me Dunkin' Donut. He smiles. His teeth are perfect. I guess I got tired of that whole running out of energy, walking upstairs thing. Plus, I needed to slim down to get into the academy. And once I got off my ass and started exercising, really exercising, I found out that I loved it. It's the focus, I guess. I don't have to think about anything. I don't have to talk to anyone. All I have to do is concentrate on my form and count my reps. And no matter what happens after that, I've started my day by accomplishing something. So what about you? It gives you a once over. How are you doing? And I'm pissed at Raymond for getting us into this whole thing. Don't misplace your anger. This isn't Raymond's fault. Whoever took him, he makes eye contact with you, acknowledges that an alternative is possible. Or killed him. They're the ones to blame. And I'm gonna find out who they are. Yeah, I'm right. And so am I. Picks up an ammo box and begins using it like a dumbbell. He seemed like a natural at leading this crew, Circuit St. Abbott, but I still don't completely understand. What do you get out of being a Shadowrunner? It's about seeing the world how it really is underneath the veneer. Yeah, most people don't want to know how the sausage is made. Shit's fucked up bad. You can see it right there from the outside. No need to look beneath the casing to see what's inside. You're not gonna like it. And even if you're the type that needs to know, the type that can't help but look into the abyss, what do you get out of it? Odds are you're getting nothing but a much shorter lifespan. The trade-off doesn't really seem worth it to me. And at the end of the day, what are you? A Shadowrunner, disposable asset, sinless, slithering through the cracks of society, doing jobs that are too dirty for the corpse to do themselves. You don't even appear on a corporate balance sheet. You make it sound so unglamorous. Oh, I never said we didn't get to dress well. If you're going to be someone's disposable asset, you might as well go out in style. Who watches you waiting for you to say something? You thinking about getting chromed up with cyber? Nah. Oh my God, how many times are you going to ask me that? Until you give me a satisfying answer. I told you one time I was thinking about it when I was 13. Let it go. I'm not going to pollute my body with that shit. You? I'm saving up for something. No judgment there. You don't put too much of that shit on your body. Just don't put too much of that shit on your body. I've heard stories about folks who went too far with it, lost some of themselves. Let's talk later. Sure, you know where to find me, right by the fishy smell. Yeah, these dudes be talking forever, man. Yeah, why does my camera lock up? Guess it is this setting. Maybe I can't pan the camera inside of here. What's in my stash? Nothing there. How come my keyboard isn't moving the camera anymore? What is this? Orthographic. I don't see anything about my keyboard.
Mitch, why don't you start with name, what you did on Shadowrun?
Name, rank, serial number.
Yep.
Mitch.
Not sure what that was about. Still can't use my keyboard to move. Ah, there we go. There we go. Where's my bedroom? I guess. I know exactly what's going on. Let's see. Change this to... I'm using a upscaler. I could talk to him, but I know he's gonna talk forever. Rector's shop is sweltering hot, even more so than it was the first time you stepped inside. The whir of actuators accompanies the fine motions of the manipulator arms that hang from the ceiling. They are turning an object over and over in their articulated hands, soldering wires and hammering rivets. Ah, my friend, welcome back. Rector types a series of commands into his bracer, and the arms relax into an idle posture. He smiles at you, a cigarette dangling from his lip. There, that's better. Now, what can I do for you? Any thoughts about the last run? The Wampons may be a socially maladjusted group, but I find their philosophy is quite compelling. I suspect there is a fair amount of overlap between their vision of the future and my own. A pity that you killed their elders. I would have liked to speak with them at length on these matters, but I understand why you made your decision, of course. Our new companion made this case rather forcefully. And it would send a bad message to ignore his cries for vengeance. Yeah, I was on the side of the ghoul. No regrets. No regrets. Now, what else would you have of me? Gotta run. Be well, my friend. Come back anytime. All right. The ghoul is here, Gaichu. Storage room that functions as Gaichu's cabin is a crammed, overheated mess. Piles of old ship parts share space with tarnished cookware. Flats of instant noodles, a collection of cast-off clothes, and reams of diagnostic manuals and for obsolete computer hardware. To top it all off, there is barely any light whatsoever. All of the bulbs in this room are missing. Gaichu is busily moving boxes around, apparently in an effort to carve out some personal space amid the junk that he shares his cabin with. As you enter, he cocks his head and turns around. Welcome to my sanctuary, the Wired Art. I apologize for the lack of light, but as I did not need it, Gaba took the bulbs for use elsewhere. How can I be of assistance? I just wanted to see how you were settling in. Gaichu rolls his shoulders in a diffident shrug. Man, that's a word I've never seen before. I live. I am among those who can make use of my services and who are not attempting to claim the bounty on my head. Is that not enough for now? I need to talk about your condition. Being a ghoul. As you wish, you are my benefactor, and as such, I yield to you. Ask, then I will do my best to answer. How do I know that the team is safe from you? Because I give you my word that I will not harm you or anyone else on your team. I am a man with a disease, not a mindless beast. My word is my bond. I can accept that. Good. I would hate to think there is lingering distrust between us. Aside from being blind, how has it affected you, being a ghoul and all? Aside from my heightened senses of smell and hearing, I am stronger, tougher, and more resilient than any mundane human. I can achieve feats of physicality that are normally restricted to adepts and those with extensive enhancements. Gaichu lifts one hand, fingers crooked, to show off his elongated nails. Claws, really. These, as well, as sharp as any small knife. I prefer my sword, but in a grapple, they come in extremely handy. He draws one nail over the surface of his shoulder plates. A hair-fine spiral of armor peels off in the nail's wake. Do you still need to sleep? Unfortunately, I do. I'm not an undead creature of legend. If I manage to unlock the secret of rest without sleep, I will be certain to inform you. It seems like your condition has stabilized. For now it has. I will not suddenly become a ravenous beast lurking in the hold of your ship, at least. No more so than I already am. Gaichu bares his teeth in a wry grin, dipping his head a little. Right, that's enough talking to this guy. Please come by whenever you like. Gaichu's box of personal effects is overflowing with a collection of souvenirs, mementos, and knickknacks. There is no rhyme or reason to the collection of items. They appear to have been thrown in haphazardly. Laying atop the box are a collection of antique Japanese coins inside an overturned wooden mask and a black lacquer box with a gold inlay. Gaichu cocks his head, sniffing the air in your direction. Ah, I see you. You have found my box of personal effects. Please feel free to examine whatever you like within it. Just take care to put them back when you are done. I do not own much, but the things I keep are very precious to me. They are all that remains of my former life. All right. I think I'm going to save, get out of here. Gonna save and get out of here. Appreciate all that came through. Chancellor and Pigro. Any other lurkers? As for me, what time is it? Yeah, what time is it actually? Yeah, it's after 9. I'm going to Go to the Emperor's Tomb Museum to liberate artifacts. But for now, we're gonna save and get out of here. Save and quit. Till next time, my friend. Have a good one.